Judges at ringside are, again, Rick Bays, John Rupert, and Bill Ray, all of Miami. Introducing, in the red corner, wearing the red, white, and blue striped trunks, he weighs 237 pounds. His professional record, 31 wins, 8 defeats, 1 draw. He has 22 knockouts. He now boxes out of Miami, Florida, El Niño Jose Ribalta.
So Jose Ribalta then, originally from Havana in Cuba.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the white trunks, weighing in at 258 pounds, with a professional record of 48 wins, 3 defeats, 2 draws. He has 32 knockouts. He hails from Akron, Ohio, and now boxes out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Former WBA heavyweight champion, Dynamite Micheal Dokes.
So Mike Dokes, then the former WBA heavyweight champion, only lost 3 times in 53 fights. And I tell you what, the losses weren't too bad. Jerry Coetzee took the WBA title off him in 10, back in '83. Evander Holyfield beat him in 10 rounds also 3 years ago. And Donovan Razor Ruddock a couple of years ago stopped Dokes in 4. But he's a roly-poly merchant these days, Dokes, 34 years of age now. Sorry, 33. 10 rounds this one. Jose Ribalta, you may remember, had his last outing against Frank Bruno. I was beaten in 2. Prior to that, lost to Pierre Coetzee on points over 10. I remember when he had a fight with Bruce Seldon last January. Had Seldon on the floor from a great right hand. Seldon was flat on his face for almost 9 seconds and bounced up to stop Ribalta in 3. Long left hook there from Jose, known as El Nino, whatever that means. Lost on points to Tim Witherspoon as well, Ribalta. So, he's been in with a few. And Dokes is after a big money fight. That's why he's campaigning all over the place, picking up a few quid. He's had his problems though with drugs and the law. And a very good amateur career, Dokes. 147 wins, just 7 losses. 1975 American Athletic Union champion, National AAU champion. Turned pro under Don King. Once you start under Don King, you always end up under Don King. Pro now since '76. Dokes. I'm sorry, Dokes actually made his debut on the undercard of a George Foreman fight. I can't remember which one it was, but that much I do remember. On his first 17, Dokes, including wins over Jimmy Young and Lucien Rodriguez, the former European champion, Spaniard. His first blemish was a 10-round draw with the left-hooking Ozzy Ocasio. He actually avenged it a couple of months later, knocked Ocasio out in a round. The Jose Ribalta looks like he's wearing a pair of cut-off pajama bottoms. He's quite tall, Ribalta, 6'6". Very tall, I should say. Dokes is 6'3". But Dokes is the heavier man by 21 pounds, a stone and a half. At 258 to 237. And on his night, Ribalta can be quite a handful. I say on his night, he's had some pretty dire performances. Notably the form he showed against Bruno. Well, Dokes there trying to go to work at the end of the round, but doesn't look to be much in it. And way back in '81, you might remember that John L. Gardner, the former British champion, was knocked out in 3 rounds in Michigan by Dokes. And I understand John L. has recently undergone a savage attack, and I wish him all the best. And Dokes won his WBA title. The first round knockout over Mike Weaver. And drew with Weaver in the return in a very dull fight over 15 rounds next time out. And of course the South African Derek Coetzee took it off him. And you might remember that win over Mike Weaver in the first round, a lot of people thought that was a very quick count by referee Joey Curtis, and that's really what it's been remembered for, rather than Dokes winning it. Just the controversial circumstances surrounding the referee's ability to count to 10 in 10 seconds, that is. But he got to 9, it's got to 10 in about 8 seconds on that occasion. And the fight he had with Holyfield, Dokes, was a minor classic in itself, a real war. So Dokes going for the body of this tall, lanky Ribalta, 6'6" tall. There's the records. There's never been any doubt about the ability of Ribalta, but there has been quite a bit of doubt about his motivation to excel. And he's done it once or twice. When Ribalta turned pro in Jan of '82, a lot of ringside observers felt he had a good future. On his first 10, 9 of them by knockout. Was beaten on points by Bone Crusher Smith earlier on in his career, Ribalta. Also lost to Marvis Frazier, the son of Joe, on points over 10. And everyone thought that Mike Tyson would blow Ribalta away in double quick time, but Ribalta lasted into the 10th and last round back in '86. And he beat a very faded, washed-up Leon Spinks a couple of fights later. Stopped Spinks in a round. Spinks, of course, the former heavyweight champion, beat Muhammad Ali and lost it in a rematch. Oh, once again, not too easy to pick between them there. Never forget, Ribalta is fighting on home turf here, Miami-based. Dokes from Las Vegas, born in Akron, Ohio. Ribalta's only 29, which could be considered a prime age by many for a heavyweight.
Come on, Mike, you can't be sitting in front of this guy. You got to do something.
Work on your jab, too. Catch his jab and counter sometimes. You know what I mean? Keep down. Make him punch down because he's taller than you are, and he's waiting for you to throw that right hand on him. So give him a head target instead of a chin target.
Give me a big one, Mike. Keep stepping around.
So not too much in this one with 2 gone. 8 to go.
Okay? Step to your right and cut him off. All right?
Loop that right hand over the top and get it.
And the chief second for Mike Dokes is one Sterling McPherson, and you can't get much more Scottish than that, can you, Archie? Round 3 then. Ribalta there holding and hitting. Well, was he being held? I'm now glad that Dokes has got this kind of fight. About time he had someone who wanted to win in front of him. Well, the last time out he had a pretty decent win. Beat Jesse Ferguson on points over 10. But only a couple of fights ago he beat that horrible looking Purcell Davis in 5 rounds. So Dokes is going to have to raise his game if he wants to win here to keep his derailed career back on the track. As I say, his biggest problem has been meddling with drugs, silly man. Got himself in all sorts of trouble with the law, and I won't go into detail. Well, that one looked a bit borderline from Dokes. Referee once again, Bill Connors. And if you're born in Cuba, and there's a chance you're going to be as big as Ribalta is at 6'6". They've got a regime where they think, right, let's see, are you going to be a basketball player or a fighter? And that's the direction that Ribalta was steered into. Good punches there from Dokes, and of course Ribalta much too small for a basketball player, only 6.5 feet. Oh, nice fast punches there from Dokes. There's not too much behind them, but he always was known for throwing a fast cluster of punches. Ask John L. Gardner. And once again, almost borderline from Dokes. Worth mentioning that once Ribalta won a fight on a disqualification because of persistent low blows against him. A straight punch thrown at the target area on a normal opponent would normally land, but against a man as tall as Ribalta, that waistband just gets a few inches higher and makes it dangerous. Good round there for Dokes. The end of the 3rd round. A round in which Dokes looks to have got his nose in front after a couple of even ones. Dokes in the white trunks against Jose Ribalta. This is scheduled for 10. No need to say, of course, they're heavyweights. Straight enough, no, it doesn't matter. I was going to say something that doesn't really make any difference. Good punches from Dokes. So into round 4 then. Mike Dokes in the white trunks, trying to keep the wagon rolling, hoping for a world title shot of any colour against Jose Ribalta, who on his night, and this could be one of them, is not a bad man to watch and a hard man to beat. And Dokes wants to watch those body punches. Bill Connors might just pull him up for the odd low shot. Wouldn't like that. And again, a borderline punch. And Ribalta very cleverly almost elevates himself another couple of inches when they come, just to make them look that little bit lower. And these are good body punches though from Dokes round the side. Oh, and once again there, Dokes whacking him down on the rim of that protector. Referee Bill Connors gives him the first caution. And again on the hip bone from Dokes. And if Ribalta were just to hitch his shorts up another inch or two, this could be very interesting as far as the low blows are concerned. And don't think just because fighters wear a protector that it doesn't hurt, because it certainly does. And Dokes might find himself getting penalised here, and if this one's close at all, he could lose it by default. Oh, good ride from Ribalta. No way, Jose, says Dokes. It's ironic, isn't it, that when oh, goodness me, that wall was low. Got to say, when Ribalta did fight Frank Bruno in London, he looked to be from a different planet that night in comparison to this performance. Well, I thought Connors there was going to warn Dokes once again for a low punch. Good right from Dokes. He's quite canny, Ribalta, and he's quite game. Well, that's the end of round 4, and I think Dokes has got that one as well. He landed more low punches than Jose Ribalta. And just to reiterate on the records, Micheal Dokes, 48 wins, 3 losses and 2 draws. 32 wins inside the distance. Ribalta's won 31, lost 8, drawn 1, with 22 knockouts.
You gotta raise your right hand on your hip, Mike. You're getting excited sometimes in your exchanges, and you raise it up and keep your chin down, okay? Keep your chin down. Don't raise up. Double up on your hook when you're there. When you close him off in these corners, run your set. Run one set, then go back and run another set.
Double set.
All right?
You know what I mean? But don't straighten up when you finish. You roll out and step out. Don't straighten up.
Well, that's what I mean by the low punches. So round 5 then of a scheduled 10 heavyweight contest. Jose Ribalta facing us against Micheal Dokes. I've got Ribalta now a couple of rounds adrift. And Dokes now realising that this is a serious match. And in comparison to the last one we watched, it ain't too bad. Big siding hooks from both hands from Jose Ribalta. It's ironic that the times that Dokes has been beaten, 3 of them, and again the low punch, times he's been beaten have all been inside the distance. Jerry Cooks here, Evander Holyfield and Donovan Razor Ruddock. Well, Ribalta jabbing, trying to keep some distance, keep that away from that left hook of Dokes's. Oh, good right from Dokes. Unfortunately, Ribalta was just going away from it at the right time. Being a heavyweight these days is a license to print money, especially if you're mediocre. Oh, Dokes has got that one, I think, but not by too much. Ribalta was always throwing those jabs and trying to counter with him. Chief second for Jose Ribalta, Dave Clark, assisted by Jimmy Mackey and Elmer Hibbs. It's managed by Luis de Cubas. Ribalta, man who tried originally to sign Jorge Luis Gonzalez, but was beaten to the punch.
Come on, just like Muhammad Ali does it. Box, box. 1, 2, 3, 4 punches. Come on, Jose. 6th round coming up, Jose. Come on, Jose, you can do it, baby. You can do it. Take a deep breath. Come on. Deep breath. Come on.
Well, he could do it, but I've got him 3 rounds behind. Going to the halfway stage, round 6. Scheduled for 10, this one. Well, Ribalta going to work at the start of the round. I think it would be fair to say in the realm of heavyweight boxing these days that these two aren't that bad. There's a lot of bad ones around. There's only a few good ones, though. And they come in the not bad category. And Ribalta really does need to make good use of that 6'6" frame. Oh, good shot to the body from Ribalta. Ribalta using the ring in round 6, not allowing Dokes to cut him down. And Ribalta catching that left hook on his arm. Not going to do the old arm any good. Although fighters to get arms broken by catching hooks. Nice uppercut, left hand there. And again from Ribalta. Dokes looks a bit disorganised. He might even be a bit hurt. Good round so far for Ribalta. And this Miami crowd getting behind the transplanted Cuban. Jose, they're ringing out. And he's responded. And once again, Jose wins that exchange. Yep, good round for Ribalta. That's pulled one back, but I've still got him 2 rounds behind. Very shy girl with the ring card, as you can see. Well, that's probably the best punch, or best rally that Dokes had in round 6. And that's the point where Dokes looked decidedly disorganised, if that makes sense.
You're not doing that
So, round 7. Four rounds to go. Mike Dokes, 2 rounds in front on my card. Well, Dokes once again getting ticked off by referee Bill Connors, and quite rightly too. Although, as I say, it is a problem when you're throwing those punches that would normally be on target against a man a couple of inches shorter. And Dokes doesn't want to let this one slip away from him. Needs to try and reassert himself after a pretty poor 6th round. And Ribalta used the ring well and boxed nicely. And even stung Dokes on one occasion. Nice left hook from Mike Dokes. Big right from Ribalta, gets the crowd going. Well, it's a shame that Ribalta couldn't have sustained that good action from the 6th. Clumsy attack from Dokes, fell into Ribalta. Last 10 seconds then of round 7. This looks like a pretty reasonable round so far for Michael Dokes. Mike Dynamite Dokes. Whoops-a-daisy, and we've got an odd occasion after the bell there. Well, a free right hand from Ribalta didn't shake Dokes. Interesting. But Dokes has won that one.
9 minutes of boxing, you hear? Listen to me. Got 9 minutes of boxing.
3 rounds to go to decide the winner here. But I've still got Dokes in front, round 7. That's the old occasion. And then there was one after the bell. And that was it. So 3 rounds to go, and at this point I've got Mike Dokes with 69 points, Jose Ribalta with 66. So Dokes on my card, 3 rounds in front, but Ribalta, if he takes this last 3, could make this one a draw. And that will be his biggest win of late, if he can. Hasn't won for 2 years, and last time he did win was a 2nd round knockout over a travelling bum in the shape of Jack Johnson. Not the original one, although it wouldn't surprise me, the way people have been dug up these days. In fact, prior to the Tim Witherspoon points loss, Ribalta had won his 9 previous contests. Then went downhill a bit. Hasn't won in his last 4, Ribalta. And Dokes hasn't lost now since the Ruddock fight 2 years ago. Well, that's no surprise. He's been pretty carefully matched. We take into account names like Purcell Davis. So over a minute gone so far in round 8. There's 2 more after this, and Ribalta needs them all. And one thing Dokes has always had is fast hands. They may have dulled slightly over the years, but still in comparison, quite speedy. But sometimes you do sacrifice power for speed. You can see Roberto Duran there in the white polo neck jumper, mustachioed. Next time these two get centering, have a look. Good right from Ribalta. There's Duran just wiping the old nose, going through a few punches himself as well. So last 10 of round 8, and this looks like another Dokes round. Ribalta on a swing and a prayer at this point. Yep, looks like Dokes has got it. 2 to go. $79.75 so far. I see this one. Must admit, it's been a hard-fought contest. Every round's been pretty hotly contested.
Stay up top of this guy a little bit more now. Stay up top. Go with your right hand, all right? Go with your right hand.
Good right hook from Ribalta in replay.
Stay after. All right? Step around to your right. Once you do your thing, you step around to the right side and turn the right hand over top again. You understand? But take that step. You got to take that step.
Penultimate round, then round 9 of this scheduled 10. And Mike Dokes looks like he's headed for victory here. He can keep this going for the next 2 rounds, but if Ribalta can take these, he'll make it very close, I think. And that's the trademark of Micheal Dokes. Fast combinations. Lack a bit of direction though these days. And if Ribalta, oh, lovely right from Dokes. Probably the best punch he's landed in this entire fight. And if Ribalta would stop bouncing around so much and use his energy to punch with, well, this could be slightly different. Took that shot well, though, from Dokes. Double jab from the Cuban, based in Miami. Micheal Dokes, 33 years of age. Ribalta, still only 29. Seems like he's been around forever. In fact, he has been around forever. A pro now for 10 years, Ribalta. Dokes, a pro for 16. Cast your mind back 11 years when Dokes fought Randy Tex Cobb. What a war that was for 10 rounds. Dokes won it. Next fight, of course, he beat John Gardner. Oh, good shot from Ribalta. That one bothered Dokes. Well, Dokes, although was doing all the charging forward, Ribalta had his moments in that 9th round, and they might just got a share of it.
Let's win this round big now, okay? You gotta keep your hands around your face. He's catching you with that right hand.
They've still got Dokes 89 to 85 in front.
Come on, you gotta win this round. You hear? Combinations, you gotta come off, Jose. You gotta win this round. Come on, man, you gotta do it, Jose. This is it. You gotta do it. You gotta dig down.
And there's the right again. And Dokes took it well, just the way Ribalta did when he got caught by a right from Dokes in the 8th. This is the last 3 minutes to decide this match. And it's been a tough one, and probably a bit hard to score on occasion, but I think Dokes has got a pretty clear lead and only needs to keep it up. Bit of extra time there for him to wipe away the water. So, last 3 minutes. And full marks to Jose Ribalta. He's fought them all. And he's had to fight hard here. And so too has Dokes. And it's made this one very competitive. They fought for every minute of every round. Not been the greatest fight, of course, you'll ever see. Ribalta, though, still looking for the win. Oops, a daisy, and a stumble from Dokes in the water in his own corner. This, of course, will be decided by 3 Miami judges, and that just might be in Ribalta's favour in the event of a close round. Oh, lovely left hook from Dokes. But I must admit, Ribalta doing none too badly in this last round. Oops, and he's through the ropes. Oh, we've had a bit of bizarre action then in this 10th round. Dokes slipped in the water. Ribalta through the ropes. Last 10 seconds then. And this looks like a pretty even round. And the crowd on their feet. It's all over. And Ribalta thinks he's won it. Well, I must admit, I don't share his optimism. I've got Dokes winning that by 4 points. 99 to 95. 5 rounds to 1.
I don't know how they're going to do it, but they did it. I don't know how they do it. They did it. They got it.
5 rounds to 1 and 4 even on my card.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judge Bill Ray scores it 97-93.
Oh, 97-93.
Judge
7
Rick
rounds to
Ray
3.
scores it 96-94.
6 rounds to 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Rupert scores it 96-94. The winner,
6 rounds to 4.
my dog!
And Dokes gets it. Well, 2 judges had that very close. 6 rounds to 4, 2 of them, and the other one 7 rounds to 3. And I must admit, that was closer to mine. 5 rounds to 1 and 4 even, I had it. So, Micheal Dokes keeps his show on the road.